James Gunn has a response, and early reviews are in for the Marvels. This is the Sox Rocker Show. Hello and welcome to the show. Well, it seems that little Jimmy Gunn has stepped down from his podium and finally spoken in response to the never-ending he said, she said's on social media, one that even I myself in my last show said to take with a bit of salt. Little Jimmy Gunn debunks what was previously quoted by Bobby Pill's animation, that Creature Commandos would be delayed until 2025. According to Gunn himself, who responded to a question over on X, yes, Commandos is all set to come out in 2024. There have never been any delays, thank goodness. Any info otherwise, well, it's just a well-intentioned mistake or a misspeaking. What? Huh? Is this Jimmy being, cordial? Because he usually responds with, shall we say, in a rather more condescending manner to such things. He has turned over a new leaf, maybe? Will he himself start saving kittens from trees? Or maybe, just maybe, is it simply WBPR? Did they poke him on the shoulder and say, yo, little Jimmy, this ain't cool. Fix it. I guess we'll never know. But for those several dozen folks out there that even know what Creature Commandos is, I'm not one of them, and is looking forward to seeing it, well, I'm damn happy for y'all. And in a bit of Marvel news, the latest Marvels 3 trailer came out, and I must admit I liked it. It felt like a Marvel trailer, not some half-baked comedy sketch. Using clips of Iron Man and Captain America, that was good, if not, half expected. But it works because it reminds us of, what once was. It seems apparent that the X-Men will finally step into the light finally. Also, and this just might be what the MCU needs to get itself back on track because, it's been floundering for a while now. Now, all this doesn't spell out success for the movie, mind you. I mean, early reviews have just came out as I'm writing this, and most of them are mediocre at best. Although I have heard that a certain post-credit scene is, it's pretty damn cool, but I won't spoil it for you. You'll have to wait for that or go see the movie. And in more Marvel news, it seems that Marvel may be headed into, shall we say, a darker realm in the future. Because the Blade reboot is back in the works. And it seems that it's going to be rated R, just like Deadpool 3 will be. Well, I'm looking forward to the Blade reboot, albeit with a bit of hesitation, because, the first Blade movie is one of my favorite movies. And as far as I'm concerned, it's the first true Marvel movie. And it'll be hard to follow Wesley Snipes in the role, but I gotta admit, I'm curious to see how it'll turn out. And I'm also excited to see Deadpool 3, if for no other reason than to see Hugh Jackman back as Wolverine. Now, Deadpool 2, I could take it or leave it. And, Ryan Reynolds to me anymore he's kind of getting to be like Will Ferrell. Just a one-note banjo. It's the same shtick over and over and over, no matter what movie he's in. But hey, if it gets you back in the old claws, then old Socks is all for it. Now, there's a reason I bring up the darker Marvel realm. You see, because it does seem to be the direction that comic book movies are headed. Marvel has the two much hyped aforementioned rated R movies coming. DC, has the Joker sequel right around the corner, with the first one being rated R. And the Batman 2 will be cooking once again once the strike is over, and you can't get much darker than the first one, what with the Seven and Hannibal undertones that was laced all through it. So I guess with all this darkness in the future, all of this darkness that so many are looking forward to, I gotta ask, just what in the hell was everybody complaining about when Snyder was doing it? His plan was to start out with Man of Steel, a little dark, because, Superman didn't know what he was doing at first. Didn't know if it was right. And then it was going to lead up to a world full of hope with a brighter future with the Justice League looking over the entire planet. Now, I'm not looking to beat the proverbial dead horse here, and I'm not wanting to quote Sloppy Joe, but come on, man. Couldn't y'all get into the darkness, a few years back? I mean, so we could finally see Darkseid ready as freaking Armada? Well, there's no accounting for good taste, I suppose. And now I'm gonna talk about something I haven't talked about yet on this channel, and that's television. Yep, television. Now, I'm a big fan of the movie Jack Reacher. I think, Tom Cruise was fantastic in it. Even though he was a little tiny. I mean, the role called for a much bigger man. But he made it his own. So when I heard that there was going to be a series based on it over at Prime with somebody else, I got to admit, I was kind of pissed off. I mean, what, no Cruise? I mean, what the hell, bro? But boy, was I surprised when I started watching the series. Alan Ritchson, whom I've never heard of before, is a mountain of a dude, to be sure. Which is exactly what the character in the books is described as. And he is fantastic in the role. And the show itself is pretty damn good. I liked every episode. Couldn't wait for the second season to begin. Well, it seems that Reacher Season 2 was just announced for December 15th, and I gotta admit I'm stoked. From the trailer, it looks to be just as good as the first season, so if you haven't checked out the first season, then I highly recommend that you do. I don't think you'll be disappointed. Well, speaking of beating dead horses, and it's not something I like to keep doing, but, I go over to X on a daily basis just because I like to stay informed and keep up on what's going on in entertainment. And I still can't believe that the overwhelming hatred for Snyder fans versus Gunn fans, it's still out there. I mean, it's pretty verbal. I mean, people insult each other on a regular basis. It's bizarre. I mean, we're talking about movies here, people, and I'm the first one to admit I'm not a Gunn fan. I think the man's... I just don't like what he does. That doesn't mean I hate him. Doesn't mean I wish ill will on him. Just means I don't like what he does. And I'm not excited about him running DC because I've seen what he's done with other stuff that he's done, and I hope he's not taking it in that direction. But that doesn't give Snyder fans the right to want to burn his house down and call him everything but a butt ugly stepchild, and vice versa. Gunn fans, man, they flame the crap out of Snyder fans all the time. There's a lot of Snyder people out there. I gotta admit, I love the fact that you all are wanting to support the Snyderverse, and we all want it to come back. But it does get a little overhyped sometimes, but I ain't bagging on it. But that does not give the right to Gunn fans to say some of the ugly ass things that they say. It's, you know what, man? People like what they like. And at the end of the day, we're all just wanting good movies, good TV shows, good content, great entertainment, because we really haven't had it for a while. COVID kind of screwed everything for everybody because everything got shut down and froze. Nobody could do anything. We were starved for entertainment. Things started opening up slowly, and some things that came out became massive hits. What comes to mind for me is Aquaman banged $1 billion. As a DC fan, I'm excited about that. Do I think the movie was great? Honestly, no. Do I think it was worth $1 billion? Honestly, no. Because I thought Man of Steel and Batman vs. Superman was far superior than that. But to me, it was all a matter of timing. Because in my mind, had Batman vs. Superman or Man of Steel come out under the same circumstances at the same time as Aquaman did, it would have banged $1 billion because what the hell? You know, people wanted to go to the theaters again. They were tired of sitting at home, scratching their butts, doing nothing, being locked in the house, watching reruns over and over and over again. People wanted to go to the theater, eat popcorn, get crummy, watery cheese on nacho chips, drink a soda pop and a beer, and enjoy that experience. So when the first few times came out that people could actually go, of course, movies made money. You know? Am I bagging on those movies? No. Am I bagging on those people that went? Hell no. You know, we were all fed up with what was going on. But with that said, should we be insulting the hell out of everybody? Nah, I don't think so. Now, I get defensive sometimes because I've had people just flame my ass on Twitter, X, and on YouTube on my opinions. That's okay. I don't flame them back. I don't get ugly. There's certain counterparts on YouTube, one I won't mention, that used to be the biggest supporter of the Snyderverse. One that actually got me so hyped up about the Snyderverse being brought back that I started my own show, and now anytime somebody mentions it, all he does is want to insult them rather. Well, let's just say it's vulgar, and to me it's childish and it's stupid. But hey, you know, it is what it is. I just think it's not necessary, and especially now, you know, we've gone through one strike, we're in the middle of another, and we're in a mini version of where everybody's starved to see something. Everybody's starved for good movies. Everybody's starved for good television. So, I don't know what I'm trying to say. I guess it's just, I hate the ugliness of it all, because at the end of the day, we're all wanting the same things. Whether you're DC, whether you're Marvel, whether you're Gunn, whether you're Snyder. Okay, you know, we don't all have to like the same crap, but we don't all have to insult the hell out of each other either. I think the world's kind of a messed up place right now, so I think there's better ways to use that energy. And I am not trying to get on a pedestal, so, you know, don't go, socks, don't get all uppity. I'm not doing that. I just, it kind of makes me not want to get on certain platforms because of it. Because if you mention something about something that you like, people got to start bagging on your ass. And I just think that's childish. And it's also real damn easy to insult somebody when you're sitting in somebody's basement, your mom's, your own, or a trailer, or a hotel, or a motel, or your car, or wherever the hell you're doing it from 1,500 miles away or on the other side of the planet. It's real damn easy to say that stuff to somebody. And that doesn't say a lot for your character. And that's all I'm saying about that now. So anyhow, what are your opinions about the show? You know, how do you feel about Gunn and his, you know, saying, no, that's not true about Commandos? I keep asking, is anybody looking forward to the Commandos? I still don't know what the hell it is, but, you know, I'm trying to keep an open mind. What about the Marvel movie? You get to go? I gotta admit, I probably won't. I'll probably wait till it streams. But who knows? I'd like to know what y'all think about that. And what about Reacher, man? If you haven't seen it, I think you should. It's over on Prime. It's a good show. And, tell me what you think about the Snyder versus Gunn hullabaloo. And, at the end of the day, we all want the same thing. So, with that said, if you would, hit that like button. And please subscribe so we can keep this going. And man, give me your opinion. I don't care if it's good or bad or happy or sad. You can call me a duck. You can call me a dog. I don't care. You don't even tell me what you think. As always, thanks for stopping by. God bless. Socks out.